The Air Force plans to retire its legendary A-10 Warthogs within the next 5 years, and it's still not clear how the service will be able to provide troops on the ground with the level of close air support that the A-10 brings to the fight. Although Congress has prevented the Air Force from retiring all or part of its A-10 fleet 5 times since 2014, the opposition from lawmakers appears to be softening. The House version of the fiscal 2024 National Defense Authorization Act would allow the Air Force to retire 42 A-10s, but it would pause further cuts to the A-10 fleet until the service tells Congress how it plans to keep aircrews proficient in close air support using other aircraft. The Air Force has other aircraft that can fly close air support missions, including F-16s, F-15As, B-1 bombers, AC-130 gunships, and F-35 Joint Strike Fighters, Air Force spokeswoman Ann Stefanik told Task and Purpose. The Air Force also recently announced it will replace A-10s at Moody Air Force Base, Georgia, and Gowan Field Air National Guard Base in Idaho with F-35s and F-16s respectively, signaling that the service is moving full speed ahead with its efforts to retire the A-10. Precision-guided weapons allow all Air Force combat aircraft, including B-52 bombers and MQ-9 Reapers, to conduct close air support missions to troops on the ground, said Air Force Lieutenant Gen. David Deptula, Dean of the Air Force Association's Mitchell Institute for Aerospace Studies think tank. It is imperative to understand that close air support, or CAS, is a mission and not an aircraft, Deptula wrote in an email to Task and Purpose. If you are a friendly force coming under attack by enemy ground forces, and the enemy forces are put out of action, the friendly force does not care about the origin of the weapons that put the enemy forces out of action. Over the past several years, Air Force officials have suggested the F-35 could provide close air support to troops on the ground, albeit in a different way than the A-10. The F-35 will not do close air support mission the same way the A-10 does. Frank Kendall IV, then serving as the Pentagon's top acquisition official, told the Senate Armed Services Committee in April 2016, it will do it very differently. The A-10 was designed to be low and slow and close to the targets it was engaging, relatively speaking. We will not use the F-35 in the same way as the A-10. While F-15s, F-16s, and other multi-role aircraft can fly several types of missions that include close air support, they are not as effective as single-mission aircraft, such as the A-10. Not only can A-10s carry many more weapons than other U.S. Air Force combat aircraft, but they also burn fuel much slower than more modern fighters, so they would be much less reliant on aerial refueling tankers than F-15As, F-16s, or F-35s, Oakes said. A-10s also can take off and land from small runways, and that would become invaluable if China destroyed large U.S. Air Force installations.